Today on the Black Intelligence Files, we look into the immigration issues faced by African countries and also list 5 African countries with the most immigration challenges. But before we start, we are going to show you contrasting views across the political spectrum within South Africa. These views will give you the perfect example on how immigration issues divide opinions. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.
We cannot have illegality running rampant in our society. It's got nothing to do with xenophobia. We have a system, right, inherited from the previous system, don't worry, from the previous apartheid regime, where illegality, as long as it is condoned by politicians, is fine.
Xenophobia, because xenophobia is the term that is used against South Africans. Whenever South Africans, they can see the nonsense that is caused by foreigners who are here, we are called xenophobic. If you can check the statistics, the South African police, they will tell you for every violent crimes in the north of Joburg and every CBD, there's always involvement of foreigners, Nigerians selling drugs, Pakistani mafia, Cyprus mafia. We've got new crimes that never existed before 1994, like building hijackings, the rise of cocaine in the townships, prostitution, kidnappings, and all these crimes are done by foreign nationals, building hijackings, people visiting on holidays. When they come back, they find that foreigners have occupied their houses. And when South Africans are complaining, they are told that they are xenophobic. We cannot be blackmailed by terms like xenophobic. If you check the groups, like human rights groups, most of them, they've been infiltrated by the foreigners themselves who are advocating that South Africans, they must relax their borders. They must allow people here to come into this country. People who've messed up their own countries when they were liberated. They never built a single building. They were killing each other. Instead.
Well, I think this is the central question, is how has the rise of vigilante community groups emerged in South Africa? And we need to understand the full context. And Gareth is 100% correct. We must use evidence and statistics and facts, not generalizations, to fuel the emotions of a very angry public. And so the context here is that we have a failing state which has created a vacuum through which these groups have emerged. We know that nature abhors a vacuum, and communities feel extremely isolated by rising rates of violent crime and the failure of the state to respond.
What do you say to some of the people who say, you know what, we love what the EFF is doing, but the manner in which their leader speaks about foreigners, so to speak, somehow dissuades us? Don't vote for me. I don't want that vote. I don't want a xenophobic vote. I love my African people. The same way I love my mother and my grandmother. I'm in love with Africans. Africans are hated everywhere. You go to America, the black skin is a source of hatred. You go to UK, a black skin is a source of hatred. You're asking me to join in the hatred of black people. I know what the hatred of my skin did during apartheid. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be asked that I should stand at the border, at the fence between Limpopo and Zimbabwe and block a mother who's carrying a child, only crossing to get a medication in Musina and going back to Zimbabwe because there is a problem in Zimbabwe. I refuse to join that chorus. And if that will not make me the president of this country, I'm happy that let me die with my conscience being clear than being a president who has emerged through selling out his own soul. Nobody asked me to feel like this. Yeah. I feel very strongly about black people. I feel very strong about African continent. And I would rather not be a president because I know for a fact that this is an establishment that is spreading this anti-blackness.
These are some of the issues shared by South Africans across the political landscape. But let's look into the reasons countries lead into these positions. Mismanagement and corruption in African countries has contributed to a wide range of problems, including weak governance, economic inequality, limited access to basic services, and lack of development. These issues can create push factors for emigration as individuals seek better opportunities and living conditions elsewhere. High levels of corruption and mismanagement can undermine economic growth, hinder investment, and perpetuate poverty. prompting people to look for alternatives outside their home countries. However, it is important to recognize that immigration is not solely driven by African countries' internal issues. Global dynamics, such as geopolitical conflicts, economic disparities between regions, and demographic imbalances, also play significant roles in shaping immigration patterns. Factors like armed conflicts, human rights abuses, and environmental challenges in various parts of the world can compel people to flee their home countries, seeking safety and better prospects elsewhere. Addressing poor governance in African countries is crucial for sustainable development, improved living conditions, and reduced emigration pressures. International cooperation, investment in infrastructure and institutions, promoting good governance practices, and supporting economic opportunities are some of the steps that can contribute to positive change. Additionally, addressing the root causes of migration globally, such as conflict resolution, poverty reduction, is essential for fostering stability and reducing mass migration pressures. While immigration-related challenges can create tensions in destination countries and strain resources, it is important to approach the issue with nuance and consider the multifaceted causes behind it. Sustainable solutions require collaboration, understanding, and addressing the underlying factors that drive migration globally, including both internal and external dynamics. Here we can provide you with a general overview of common immigration problems and potential solutions. Additionally, we will list some African countries that have faced significant immigration challenges in recent years. Common immigration problems include illegal immigration. Many countries struggle with unauthorized or undocumented immigration. This can strain public resources, create legal and administrative burdens, and raise concerns about national security. Border control. Securing national borders is a major challenge for countries, especially those with long coastlines or extensive land borders. Effective border control measures are necessary to manage immigration flows and prevent unauthorized entry. Refugee crises. Countries often face challenges in responding to refugee crises. Managing large numbers of refugees can put a strain on infrastructure, public services, and social cohesion. Integration and social cohesion. Assimilating immigrants into the host society can be complex. Cultural, linguistic, and religious differences can create challenges in achieving social integration and fostering harmony within the community. Brain drain. Some countries experience a significant outflow of skilled professionals and talent, known as brain drain. This can have adverse effects on the sending countries, as they lose valuable human capital. Economic impact. Immigration can have both positive and negative economic impacts. While immigrants can contribute to the economy through labor force participation and entrepreneurship, they can also place a burden on social welfare systems. Solutions to immigration problems can vary depending on the specific challenges and priorities of each country. Some potential approaches include comprehensive immigration policies. Establishing clear and transparent immigration policies that balance the needs of the country with humanitarian considerations can help manage immigration flows effectively. Border security measures. Strengthening border control through enhanced surveillance technologies, increased personnel, and cooperation with neighboring countries can help prevent unauthorized entry. Pathways to legal immigration. Providing accessible and well-regulated pathways for legal immigration can discourage illegal immigration and help ensure that migrants enter the country through official channels. Integration programs. Implementing integration programs that promote language acquisition, cultural understanding, and access to education and employment opportunities can facilitate the social integration of immigrants. International cooperation. Addressing immigration challenges often requires international collaboration. Cooperation among countries can include sharing intelligence, coordinating refugee resettlement efforts, and addressing the root causes of migration. Top African countries with immigration problems. Libya, 1.1 million undocumented immigrants, due to its geographic location and political instability, Libya has been a major transit and destination country for migrants from Africa, the Middle East, and beyond. The country has faced challenges in managing the flow of migrants and protecting their human rights. Morocco, 1.5 million undocumented immigrants. Located at the crossroads of Africa and Europe, Morocco serves as a transit country for many migrants attempting to reach Europe. It faces challenges related to border control, human trafficking, and the management of irregular migration. Tunisia, 1.5 million undocumented immigrants. Similar to Morocco, Tunisia is a transit country for migrants seeking to reach Europe. It has faced challenges in managing migration flows, providing humanitarian assistance to refugees, and preventing illegal immigration. Ethiopia, 1.7 million undocumented immigrants. Ethiopia has experienced significant internal and cross-border migration due to factors such as conflict, drought, and political instability. The country has had to manage the influx of refugees, internally displaced persons, and migrants from neighboring countries. South Africa, 2.9 million undocumented immigrants. As the most developed economy on the African continent, South Africa attracts a significant number of economic migrants and refugees. The country has faced social tensions and sporadic outbreaks of xenophobic violence related to immigration. It's important to note that immigration challenges can change over time, and the list above reflects some of the countries that have faced significant immigration issues in recent years. Thank you for watching. Please share your views with us regarding this subject and please like and subscribe to the channel.